Today, welcome to the today's sessions MMPM005 Block 3 Unit 9. Today we are going to discuss the managing physical evidence. So the topic that we are going to cover: introduction of physical evidence, effects of servicescape on behavior, physical environment factors, roles of physical evidence, guidelines for developing physical evidence strategy. So the moment we are going to talk regarding physical evidence, this is the extended P for the services marketing. As we know it very well that for page of marketing, what we have discussed, that is product, price, place, promotion. Besides that, the extended P, that is physical distribution, physical evidence. Then we are going to find people and the process. So physical evidence is mostly related to that in the service part, the tangible component who has created the qualities of service or determines the quality of the service. So the common element in this that they will physical, tangible and controllable aspects of the service organizations. So you can change that one, that's why it's a controllable, and the environment you may do as per your requirement or to better of the services, utilize the different kind of tangible assets to make the services a qualitative one. Maybe sometimes better brands being used that to create the services, like in hotels, reputed brands of refrigerator, reputed brands of beds, enough spaces, well ventilations, good brands of you are going to find that ACs, carpets. So all these things plays a vital role to create a qualitative services to the customer. The physical evidence serves as the primary criterion for the determining the customer's expectations prior to the purchase. So it is highly essential that a person, when you will move to a particular hotel or movie hall, first you will see the physical evidence, that is the tangible components, the constructions, the building, all these things. Once you will see that, he can able to know that what kind of service standard he is going to get. So that is, if it is fulfilling the customer's expectations, then he will be ready to purchase. Otherwise, he may not purchase the services. And this has an impact on the way in which personnel and customers interact. So here, as I discussed in the service cases, mostly the service provider and the clients interact with each other. So this is the environment where mostly the clients are interacting with the service provider, and there they can able to see that what is the expectations before that can be fulfilled or not. In the physical surroundings, customers experience the service and which also has an impact. So these surroundings, what we'll find, that is what I discussed regarding if it is a hotel, if it is a bank, if it is a movie hall. So everywhere the surroundings plays a vital role to take the decisions regarding whether the consumer is really interested to purchase the service or not. Now, physical evidence, the environment in which the service is delivered is the physical evidence. So what we can able to know from this the entire discussions, that it is the tangible components mostly, and there is also some extent intangible components. That is what it is, invisible things are there, but that can be also known by the customers to say that yes, that is a qualitative service or not. So there are tangible clues. There are tangible clues that promote the services. So the tangible clues means the components being used to deliver these particular services. That clues are there. So some extent we can able to see the space, the place, the kind of tangible items present there. So all these plays a vital role for clues, tangible clues to differentiate one service to another service. It helps to improve how well customers perceive the quality of the services. So here Customer can able to judge the quality of services through these tangible components. It communicates the credibility of the services. So sometimes also credibility of the services, because customer very often want to see the sources, the credibility sources or the environment, whether credibility is there or not, or all vague things are there. The degree of believability will be high, then the service standard and the price of the services will also be high. So here this is can be divided into the physical evidence is peripheral evidence and essential evidence. So peripheral evidence is actually just a part of the purchase of the service, but itself is no value. So the components which are used for the services, and that has a great role for the standardization of the services, but having no value because that you are not going to differentiate much more on that basis. So peripheral evidence adds on the value of the essential evidence. So essential evidence is that what you are going to enjoy or feel with the tangible items, that is the peripheral evidence are there. An airline ticket, a checkbook or receipt for the confirmed reservation. So these are all kind of papers you can say, but for that particular duration, this has the highest role. Means without airline tickets you cannot travel during that particular time. But after that, this ticket doesn't have any value. Once the service time period will be over, so this has no value. So checkbook also, once the time period has gone or check means cleared, then that particular time having no value, or without writing anything the check value also no value. Or receipt of a confirmed reservation, if you are moving by the train, then getting the reservations in a particular ticket. So as long as you are moving, this ticket has the value, and when you left the place, then this ticket doesn't have any value. So this is mostly we can talk regarding the peripheral evidence. Now, essential evidence. So, essential evidence cases, peripheral evidence is proposed and taken away by the customer, and essential evidence cannot be purchased by the customer. So, here ownership transfer is not possible in case of your essential evidence, but peripheral evidence cases, when it is a ticket, when it is a passbook, so all these things that is a you are purchasing or that is acquiring this particular kind of product, and that is a tangible item. You are getting the services of intangibility with the tangible items, that is, and that remain for a certain duration, because that is related to get the service. Without that you cannot get the service. And essential evidence cases, what the service you are enjoying, that is the essential one. The building, its size, design, interior layout, decor, logo, equipment. So everything which you are going to enjoy. Let us say if in a hotel you want to sit in sofa set, you are going to sleep on the bed. So all these things can be your essential evidence, because you are going to enjoy for 1 hour or 1 day or 2 days. It depends that the duration you have reserved for that one. The essential evidence is a very critical input in determining the atmosphere and environment of the service analysis. So your atmosphere being changed because of the quality of products being used. Like if the perfume is being used to room, that is, you are going to find room freshness, and the quality of cleaning you have done in the toilets or the washrooms, that also. So entire atmospheric, when you are going to find that in case of your banks and other thing cases, you will find that the space will be available for the customer or the people. That is also plays a vital role for the service organizations, and customer is enjoying that one. Physical evidence is to build a strong association in the customer's mind, and also the differentiate your service from the competitions. So here it is the USP, unique selling proposition. What is it available with you, not available with the competitors, and you can differentiate that your service is superior or your service is better than the other services by this one. So that is what we called it as essential evidence. Now, effects of the servicescape on behavior. Servicescape is the physical environment where the service transaction takes place. This is very often, we know it very well, that when we are dealing with the clients, or the clients are dealing with the service providers, there is a requirement of the appropriate environment. So which environment they are dealing with, that determines that whether the service provider is happy, or the customer is happy, or the client is happy enough to discuss, or customers can, or the clients can able to know the quality of services from that. So servicescape is some extent we call it as an environment which also giving or creating the positive vibe for the customers to purchase the service. It includes the environment where the service is assembled and where the seller and buyer are present. So here both seller and buyer are present, what I told, that service provider and client. And includes tangible items that facilitate the communications of the services, as I discussed that tangible items in all those aspects. Customers are trying to see that what kind of product tangible items are there to verify the standard of the services. If sometimes also we call that in your room that refrigerator is available, tea maker is available, coffee and tea they have given free to the owner. So these reflects that what is the standard maintained by the the hotels to charge also. The standard is better than automatically the charge will also. So tangible items that facilitate the communication of the services. So mostly the tangible item plays a vital role that to communicate to the customer and as a good service that they are providing. If I'm going to talk regarding same space will be in the 5-star hotel, 3-star hotel and 2-star hotel, you will find there is a differences on that, because the tangible items what they have used in that hotels, that reflects the quality of the services and for which customer is ready to pay more amount. Environmental psychology model, the theoretical foundation for explaining how service settings affect customers and service personnel. So when you are going for the service settings, how as a customer who is interacting with the service provider is it going to happen, and provided by the environmental psychology. So seeing the environment that most of the customers might be their mentality being changed, or they are positive or they are negative, it's for the motivations by the environment where they are dealing with. And the two main models will be briefly discussed in this particular section. So these two models are mostly we are going to find here. The stimulus organism response model, and second one is stimulus the valence and intensity model. So stimulus organism response model, as we have no knowledge regarding in the consumer behavior, that SR model means stimulus and response model. So stimulus response model means once stimuli is there, it is going to affect one of the senses. Out of the 5 senses, any one senses it is going to affect in the human being. And there is a sensitizations by this one. If it is possible, then there is a response. So no sensation, no response will be there. So for that reason, what it is going to happen, that most of the people, that emotions and feelings are being attached with that one, and that is affecting some extent by the customer, which is affects how they behave. So their behavior is also based on that which environment they are dealing with. The environment, if it is conducive and a qualitative, then the positive influence will be there and customer may react positively. But the environment is not conducive, it is creating the negativity, so customer may not respond in that way. Customer may respond in a different way. That is because of that the environment is not so conducive. In the model, the multidimensional environment serves as a stimuli. So this environment, whatever the things you want to provide, that became a stimuli, but it is not possible that all the stimuli will affect and there will be a response. So many stimuli are there. Very rarely your brain can able to accept that particular stimuli and can take the actions against that one. So in this model, the multidimensional environment serves as the stimulus, and while customer and employees are the organisms. and the response to the stimulus, and the responses are the behaviors aimed at the environment. So here, what is your behavior? That means response is mostly we are going to say that your physical aspects you are trying to see, so it is your behavior that on the basis of that also determinations will be there regarding how the service they are providing, and the response is qualitative or not, the customer is satisfied or dissatisfied is based on this one. Stimulus organism response model, people often respond to the environments in one or two opposite. So one is your approach and or is avoid. So it is approachable, we can call it as a service, and avoid, that means we should not accept this kind of things, means we have never expected this kind of things, which is very low standard one as per the customer's perception. And sometimes yes, it is approachable, the concept is not so bad or old one, so we require this one, we require. So approach model and avoid model, all desirable activities that might be directed to the specific locations. So you are going to do all these kind of activities through the specific location, and such as a desire, stay, explore, work, and attach. So these kind of things mostly you are trying to give and to attract the customers, and the customers may approach and will deliver in the same way what your expectations is there. And the balance and intensity model, we are going to find according to this model, affect can be represented by the two interrelationship dimensions. One is your pleasure, that is balance, and the arousal intensity, means what extent the pleasure the customer is going to get, and what extent the arousal, that is the intensity customers are doing. So pleasure is a direct subjective response to the environment. It depends on how much the individuals likes or dislike the environments. So here this can be known by the interactions, whether he is liking or disliking. Arousal is a less subjective content and then the pleasure quantity, and describes how stimulated the person feels. So here arousal cases is a subjective one, and pleasure quality cases you are going to find less, and describes how stimulated the person feels, that his interest for that particular kind of services, and that can be known from there. And that is mostly pleasure is the enjoyment purpose, how he can able to enjoy that kind of services. These together decide whether people approach an environment, spend time and money there, or avoid it. So here you want to spend time with there, or you do not want to spend time because it's not qualitative. Is you have seen this kind of earlier, or there is no superior quality of things are available. Mostly it is inferior kind of things. So this is, you can respond or the customers can respond like that. And it is based on not only that environment, spend, and that is also money that are avoided or avoided. The balance and intensity model of affect through the formation of emotional state, the environment can influence behavior. So environment, most often that what kind of environment you are going to provide to the customer. So this is the reactions you will see from that customer. That is approachable, means he will be ready to listen or ready to accept whatever the information sent by the company or the seller or the service provider. Second is the avoidance. If he doesn't find the qualities of the service or the environment is good, then he may also reject that. Approach behaviors can include the desire to remain at the service facility, explore and engage with the service environment, interact with others, and feel fulfilled. So here approach behaviors cases, mostly customers are very much interested that the service facilities to understand it, explore new things, is it available, and engage with the service environment, more to engage with that one. If the service provider is demonstrating or giving more ideas, customer is also equally engaged, too much engaged with that one and interaction with that. And feel fulfilled means he is mostly satisfied with this particular service because the approach behavior is there. Second case is the avoidance behavior. Manifest is the desire to avoid the service facilities, the service he doesn't like, or earlier he might have faced similar kind of services where he is not at all interested for that. So neglecting service personnel and other customers and causing a sense of disappointment and dissatisfaction. So here, not satisfied can be shown through like neglecting service personnel, and if you are going to precise them for the new ideas or something, they might be going to give the answers like causing a sense of disappointment and dissatisfaction. So among the service customers, they are mostly dissatisfied or disappointed by this particular. Physical environment factors. So here you are going to find that are designed to create a deliberate impact and elicit a certain response from the target audience. So it is very much essential that for a marketer to create a better environment so that the customer reactions will be better or the target audience can give a better result or better feedback that regarding that one. So it has influence on both customer and employee. So both are working in the same environment. So if I'm going to talk that if in a specific bank, so there is a continuous light failures will be there. So neither the employee nor the customers can be happy that the services what they got, because this is mostly done without electricity. So without electricity is quite painful both for the employees and the customers. So for that reason, you need to have also the support service systems like you can talk regarding the rural area. Mostly you just go for the any generator kind of things where they can help you regarding that one. Electricity problem is there. So for that reason, it is very much essential that the environment what you are providing that must be conducive both for the employees and for the customers. Depending on the nature and types of services, so what kind of services is it that is, let us say if it is a hotel in the sea area, then that is the natural environment plays a vital role, or if the hotel is in a jungle area or if you are hilltops, so that is the physical environment. Outside environment has a greater impact, but this is within the city and most crowded areas, then your AC, your inside, all kind of things plays a vital role. So that particular cases, it is very much essence that marketer has to or the service provider has to provide better service. So physical environment, according to the Julie Baker, the physical environment is a composite representation of ambience, design, and social relationships. That we can say that. Let us we have been to a particular shopping mall. So here you will find that the ambience within this particular shopping mall, category of products are they keeping inside that one, and social relationships, how these people are, those who are working there, how they can able to deal with, means how conducively, how helpful are they to the customers to educate, to inform the different kind of products available there or services available there. So that's why physical environment plays a very much vital role. Or if you have been to a particular medical services or the banking services, how can you able to understand the kind of works are there or what works you came for, that the ambience is quite conducive to you, that you can write or you can ask the people these questions. Majority of the day by day in hospitals, there is a chair system they have already maintained for the waiting time, that plays a very vital role. And in banks, we are going to find sofa sets and chairs they want to keep so that people can wait and they can write the forms they can able to build up the forms and give it to the appropriate counters, and that is must be designed in a proper way so that so many people can also sit together or they can get like that. Nowadays also for every services in the hospitals the chairs are available. Earlier they were in the common space the chairs are available. Now it is every stages the customer has to wait for every new services they want to get. So for that reason, for every services in the hospitals, you must be going to find the chairs are there. That is mostly they are maintaining the corporate culture of that. Now let us go through this one, that ambient design and social factors, and we'll go more detail about that one. So physical environment is divided into three parts: ambient, design, and social factors. So ambient gases mostly air quality, temperature, humidity, circulation. Like that, you are selecting a particular area for different timings are based on that. Like if it is a tourist spot area, going by winter or going by summer or going by other time, mostly it is related to that. How is the outside temperature? Means sea beach area, if you are selecting in the daytime and it's a hot summer, you may not enjoy, because in hill area you may enjoy that one because outside environment is quite good, and you may not feel also that so hot is or humidity is there. Quality of scent means ambient factors, what kind of in the rooms, or if it is a hospital, so smell should not be very bad in hospitals. Or may not be a good smell you are going to put, but bad smell must not be there. Third is degree of circulations. What is the quality of people? How many people are coming, and what is the qualities of those people, those who are coming to that particular area or to get the services? Designing factor, that is aesthetic, architecture, what kind of architectures they have maintained, the designing structures, the colors, the quality of materials being used, the shape of the building or shape of the styles, accessories. These are all coming under your aesthetics part, designing factors. Next is the functional fact. So functional dimension of design in terms of layout. So what the way the layouts are having, giving the advantages to you, like the facilities being provided, like the washroom provisions, the mirrors that is available, the space distance, the space between the chairs, like that. So these are the different kind of things that we need to see that designing how. Social factors, appearance, behavior, and number of services personnel. So here the appearance and behavior of the people, those who are discussing with you, they are how polite, how coolly they can able to handle, and they can call, and your problem being sorted out by this one. And the number of service personnel. So number of service personnel will be more, definitely the satisfaction level will be more. Number of service personnel will be less, then definitely people are going to be dissatisfied, not too interested to go to that particular shopping mall or hotel or that particular bank. So it is purely based on the social factors. Next is coming, that is quality and quantity of other customers. So what is the total quantity of people are coming to that particular spot? So like I discussed from the beginning that if this particular spot is quality wise better and quantity, then the customer will be more happy and they can give the highest weightage to that particular kind of services, or the service provider may also charge more amount of money for that. So now we'll go individually what is the ambient factors and design factors and social factors, and we'll discuss to what extent these are a great role for the convincing the customers or customers attitude being changed by this particular environment. Now, first is the ambient factors. So ambient factors related to the background conditions below the level of a customer's immediate awareness. So, which conditions you are going to get the service? So, outside you are sitting. Where are you sitting? And in that particular locations of that particular place. How is the background? Means it is conducive, it is helpful. The kind of service provided, this is background is supportive or not, that you need to see. Below the level of customers, immediate awareness, and how your customers are very much equipped. So any problem will occur. So how quickly they can able to respond. That is also equally interesting. It refers to aspects of the environment or atmospheric conditions present in the place that affect your five senses. So ambient factors also affecting our senses. What extent is it going to affect? If it is not affecting, then we consider that ambient has doesn't have any role for this service convincing people. So there is a huge requirement that those are going to take this one, so that they are going to be help a lot to them. Now, design factors are those visual stimuli that exist at the forefront of a customer's awareness. Visual factors can, we can say stimuli, we can say that the frontline executives or the kind of things being available there, the aesthetic parts, that what customers are mostly very much interested, what is it present, they will give the positive sign, and what is it not present, they will give the negative sign about this kind of services. The aesthetics of architecture, so building architectures or the product architectures. Color scheme, what is the composition of color being given. Next is materials used, the quality of materials being used. And the shapes, what is the shapes of this particular product or services that being used. And accessory styles mostly related to that, what extra things being available, which is creating a advantages for the customers. Among other things, the physical environment act as a explicit and implicit signals for the users of the place. So customer can be attracted through also these signals, explicit or implicit signals. Now, design factor is functional dimensions of design in terms of layout. Comfort refers to how the service facility space is set up. So it is the kind of layout being used and how you can able to give the better services through the designing in your layout. Second is spatial layout, refers to the agreement of machines, equipments, and furnished. So during the agreement made by the service provider with the customers, we can talk it as if it is a warranty or guarantee. So the arrangement for made for the machinery, equipments, and furnishings, what the conditions they have put, it's for the conditions they are going to give the services. And spatial layout means what is the space availability for the different kind of operations. If it is a machine operations, the space already given to, or then machines also, and equipments and furnishings. That is necessary. The size, form, and spatial relationship of these components are taken into consideration during the layout design. So the size, form, and spatial relationship. So during the layout design. Now the social factors. The social factors related to interactive environment comparison of people. So social factors mostly related to that, how you are dealing with the people and interacting with them, and how qualitative the service is. And here some extent also the quality of people plays a vital role, like in terms of their educations, the training programs what they have taken out. So on the basis of that, the service provisions also depending on that. We can call that if a doctor is more number of years of experience, he can have a better social factors than the doctors having limited days of experience. So evaluating the quality of service environment and the appearance and behavior of both service personnel and the customers. So by interactions, we can able to study the service personnel who is providing the services at the same time customers. If both are in the talk will end with the both are in the happy situations, then we can call that the social factor is better. And should be specifically taken into account because they have the capability to improve and diminishing the image at the service environment and improve diminishing the image that service environment creates. The concept of aesthetic labor is used in the convey significance of service personnel, outward appearance of customers. So outsides that how it appears to the customers, how these people can able to talk with these people and the people how are they behaving. So all this plays a vital role in the social factors. Second is social factors. The physical environment can be influenced in the social interaction in two ways by affecting the length of interaction and the flow of events. So we know it very well, like we can call it as a OTT services that new serials are coming, new pictures are coming. So if it is frequently, it will, the events should be more. So it has greater impact or the interactions, the length of interactions you can able to interact rather than to go for the OTT platform. We may allowed you to talk with the people. So that particular cases which is affecting a more. The physical evidence, proximity, sitting arrangement, size and flexibility of the. So the physical proximity is how nearer to each other to and sitting arrangement being made also. And size of this particular room or any physical evidence. And the flexibility of the sitting, all the having an impact on the opportunity for a constraint of the social interactions uh, between customers and service personnel. So service personnel when they are providing, so the communication in between service personnel and the customers. That is right. Now, role of physical evidence. How physical evidence plays a vital role for the service selections or the customer will be happy enough to take that particular, select that particular services, not the others one. The primary role of evidence management is to support the organization's marketing program. So when you are conducting or starting any particular kind of services, so your physical evidence plays a vital role. You are conducting a particular meeting. Where are you conducting this particular meeting? Or you have a conference in which hall you are going to give the conference. So these are the mostly vital things that physical evidence plays a vital role. By making it is possible to manage both intended and unintended cues. So sometimes some of the cues you are going to do, that is there is a intention that you are providing. Uh, Let us say in the conference you have kept some magazines and journals on the particular board, so that during this particular program people interested or having more knowledge on that can refer that particular book and all this thing. But that is we can say that is a intended or unintended, and sometimes unintended few chairs kept it is people will be more, and that is, and finally we came to see that more number of people came, and that is happened. So physical evidence also influence the employees who interact with the customers. So employees plays a vital role of every organizations that when they are interacting, just like we can talk regarding a service organizations or after sale service, that is for the electronic gadgets or electrical items. So all those processes, if it is a car service centers also, that employees, service organization employees plays a vital role because they are also equally interacting with the customers. So any point of time there will be disparity you are going to find in terms of services or providing a qualitative services, then the problems will start. Now, roles of physical evidence. We have seen that there are few terms that they are setting first impression. So we know it very well that the first impression longs last. In service cases also, the first interactions with the customer or the uh, person who was or the client who has taken the services from you. So how to give the better services or how to set the better one, it is also based on the physical evidence, that is infrastructure, where are you sending, the person concerned who is doing that one, or the expertise of this particular thing. Second is the managing trust. So how you can able to maintain the trust between your role of evidence, that is both the physical evidence versus that trust between the service provider and the customer. So how physical evidence plays a vital role, because the quality of these things or the certifications few like that creates the managing the trust. Next is facility quality of services. So how often you are going to provide the qualitative services to the customers. So that is also going to be studied, how often you are giving. Changing the image, so brand image of the company by frequently providing the different kind of services or qualitative services, or your service dimensions are more. So that is creating the changing the image. Now, providing sensory stimuli. So, sensory stimuli are the informations by which is directly affecting to your senses, five senses. So, in different way, the physical evidence is going to, something is going to, if you are going to see, going to be affected, and some very nice music is going on, so it is going to affect your ear. Then very nice airflow or the temperature is very well maintained, so that is also skin area that is going to happen. So like that, providing sensory stimuli, so your stimuli is going to be more satisfied on that. Socializing employees, so employees will be involved or they want to give the best solutions to their customers. So socializing employees, so employees are interested, so they are doing also services for the socialization, and socialization how quickly they can able to maintain with the customers, or they are keeping them always engaged with that one, like your customer relationship management cases also. Most of the employer of the organizations, they want to maintain the good relationship with the customer, so that customer will be more happy to get the service, not only the service but also the service related to the informations regarding this particular product or services. Now, shaping first impression. So, shaping first impression starts with the customers form an initial impression of a service provider when they are exposed to exterior and interior elements of the physical evidence. So, the moment we are going to see that the exterior part of this particular physical evidence and interior, you have gone inside to see that what kind of environments the managers have discussed with the customers, and the environment is also good, and the person concerned who is dealing with also good, and the quality of the product is also good, the service of the product is good. So that means all those dimensions when being studied, so we can say that the best services you can able to 360 degree things can be possible. So customers for an initial impression, the impression is completely based on actually the mostly exterior and interior elements of the vision. Such early impressions shape the mind and affect how subsequent service related situations are provided. So these impressions changing is quite difficult, but some extent also, if the frequent customers is coming this kind of services frequently, so there is a greater chance that the customers can be changed, or uh, through the different setting of this, the impression can be changed later. Managing trust, so the physical evidence serves as a signal to the customers. So sending the informations to the customers related to good, bad things or services. Positive indications will reduce consumer fears and suspicions and foster confidence. So we'll find that indications are there through the your trust and other things. And regarding this product is good or services is good, the management of customer trust will be supported by the consistency in quality and physical evidence. So continuously, if you are providing the same standard of services, this is very much the trustworthiness of the customer will enhance or increase. Facilitating quality of the services and good service facilities makes it easier for the customers and employees to participate in the creation and delivery, consumption of the services. So as both the party is required to give a better services, so when customer and employees both are satisfied with this particular environment, then the service delivery is better off. So creation of the service, then delivery of the service, then consumption of the service. All these things can be possible if both customers and employees are in a good environment, that is your quality of services. It ensures that the necessary support infrastructure is present. So here the infrastructure must be as per the requirement or as per the expectations of the customer. So you need to give that kind of impression, because day by day we know very well that universities are going through that so better can be given with the span of time. So that's why it is highly essential that the quality of service should be improved day by day, otherwise it will be a problem. The service environment itself has the power to uplift the spirits and emotions of these performing services. So day by day, the service standard, like we have seen that earlier banking services and today's banking services, there is a great difference because the quality of service improved, and that is through also the physical evidence, providing the different kind of updated electronic things or which can able to solve the different kind of problems very fast. So customers are very happy about that one. Changing the image, so physical evidence also changing the image. We know it very well also that very often people are trying to change the logo of their companies. So there is a change in image also through the logo. So we can say that not only through that one, so your infrastructure being changed, the quality of people are changed, and taking for the requirement, the quality of the people are also different. So this reflects that there is a changing in image. So image must be changed as per the requirement, because every day there are new competitors are coming to the market. So in order to sustain in the market, your image will be better than the competitors. Providing sensory stimuli, the aesthetic elements of the physical evidence may arouse the senses. Like very often that few things are available in the market or retail outlets front where the likingness is more. Right? So that is aesthetic elements which is arousing actually the senses, instigating the senses to take the decisions for purchases. So these stimuli encourage customers' participation in the delivery of services and quality perception. So here, encouraging this one, because the sensory things are very much appreciated by the marketer, and the customer is also equally happy to get the better quality of services and quality perceptions. Socializing employees, we have seen that employee cooperation is essential for services. So if customers are to receive high quality services, so socializing employees means to educate more them regarding how to create more customer base. Their behavior must be changed to invite more number of customers to interact. So the customers have to receive high quality services. So to give the better services, if the people are cooperative, doing their work properly, so customer automatically going to get. Or nowadays, like in the private sector banks, they have written that may I help you. That if anybody is unable to understand the bank functions very well, directly he may call. May I help you? So who is going to guide you to do that one? by communicating desired roles, behaviors, and relationships. So here you are communicating these informations to the customers regarding your changes or regarding the quality of services. The physical evidence elements can help in employees and consumer socialization. So this particular part, employees are trying to give their best, and consumer socialization takes place because consumer having more knowledge in the services, although he may prefer a particular brand of service, but that kind of services he must have more knowledge on that. Service ambience fosters formal and informal interactions and aids. So these sometimes the ambience is too good that it is creating that a person may be formally or informally want to interact with the employees. So in the fostering of the social ties among them. So by this process, the tie of employees can be possible. Guidelines for developing physical evidence strategies. So what are the different strategies mostly going to be followed so that physical evidence has the great role for service delivery or quality of services? Recognize the strategic importance of the physical evidence. So expectations and perceptions. So expectations, customers' expectations day by day is going up. So as per their expectations, if the service provisions are not there, so it will create a very bad impact on the customer. So that's why expectations and perception. So perception of the customer is also equally changing by seeing the different kind of products in the market and with the competitors' products and services. So the standards are increased. So day by these standards increase, so expectations going up. So there are no the customers, those who are satisfied earlier with a particular kind of hotel. Today with the same hotel, they are not satisfied because they expect too many things. Like we can say that internet facilities must be there, then you can book the ticket, sightseeing can be vehicle can be possible. So a lot of other things are there which is trying to convince the customer. So therefore recognizing the importance of physical evidence is a significant first step to service organization. So the moment a customer has gone to a particular hotel, banks, or all these things, by seeing the infrastructure, he's taking the decisions that this infrastructure can able to provide his expectations or not, his or her expectations. If he finds any particular time that no, I cannot get this kind of services what I expected, then he may leave the place and select some other competitive brands of services where they can able to get. So physical evidence must be clearly linked with the organizational overall goal and vision. So what you want to deliver? So that must be related to your physical evidence. Means the quality you are providing the quality of services through the physical evidence. Means your infrastructure is sufficient or infrastructure explains that what kind of services are you providing, and that reflects that your strategic importance of yours. Blueprint the physical evidence of services. So very often also we have seen that before entering to the particular hall, the prints are there. So we are going to find. But blueprints are mostly the moment you are entering to the rooms, uh, the different way the things being done. That is scanned by the eyes of the customer can able to understand. Like the moment you enter to the banks and you will find the crowd is much more, so you may not select that particular bank. Or the moment you have entered to a particular hotel and you have seen the waste waters are coming just outside, so you cannot select this particular hotel. So this is what the service blueprint is, it coming through the environment where all the things being how they have kept and done, that is mostly. Service blueprints can be used in visually indicated opportunities for the physical area among the other things. So arrangement in the hotels, how the people are taking the foods, and how the arrangement made by the service people. So all these things, once some customers are going to be visualized, and that the service blueprint they understood. So they are not going. They may not select also as the crowd is more, the kind of food delivery is not good, time consuming, like that. So physical evidence opportunities could be identified at various steps of the service creation. So various stages we are going to find, and that can be possible. Now clarify roles. Physical evidence has an influence on both customers and employees. So different roles played by the different things that can be clarified, most stage by stage or steps to step, that is marketing you need to do, or employees can educate that one to the customers. So clarifying the roles will make it easier to find opportunities and decide who should be contacted in a certain situation. So that means if you require this kind of services in the physical evidence, any problem will occur, that what will be the next, like very often we have seen also that it has mentioned in the hotels in the leads being written that to whom to make the call, or you press this particular if the lead creates any problem, or in your room any fire problems it will occur or something, just the phone numbers being given to you. So the clarifying these things must be clarified very well through the physical and evidence, that how quickly you can get able to get the service, or in the case of service failed, that particular time also will be. Now, the access and identify physical evidence opportunities, the ways in which physical evidence can be improved and modified must be investigated by the service. So it is also equally important which area, like I can say that earlier you have the wooden chairs in the hotels, or your rooms are mostly uh, not marble, that is ordinary kind of things, glaze and other things being put, or cemented like that structures is that, or it is not colored properly earlier, or the color are faded, or the fans are very old. So these are the things that must be modified, that the new model fans, ACs and other things means the latest technology things must be available to attract the customer. So the effectiveness of the physical evidence is communicating the integrated intended message. So high quality services you are providing, it will be known through the high quality products being available as a physical evidence in the organization. Based on customer and employee assessment, physical evidence missed opportunities or any flaws in the current physical evidence strategy could be discovered and improved. So you need to find it out as a service provider, what are the facilities not available, like in the parlors, which are the facilities are unable to give to the customers, or what components you are not sufficient. So that components you need to purchase to better up your services. So you can say your infrastructure wise or physical evidence wise, you have the better services, better machineries available by which you can able to provide the service. Update and modernize physical evidence. So certain physical evidence elements are there, like you do regularly and recurring operate modernizations can be possible. That if anything it is having earlier manual, make it is a computerized or something that you are going to do. Your kind of operations must be updated. That is any upgradation customer needs also that can be possible or available with your kind of services. So service providers to be ready, adapt when the market changes, orientation, change make services, innovative things can be done. And the most important part is that encourage the team approach. Means the team must be trained properly to interact with the customers very well. So expose them to the different kind of physical evidence, similar kind of physical evidence, so that they can be accustomed with that kind of services provided by the competitors. If a multifunctional team is not involved in this conception, design and management, there is a very significant possibility that opposite direction. So the competitors may take the advantages of that one if you are not going to do. So it is highly essential giving the proper training, and it is a continuous process, and must be technical savvy, or technology must be provided. And the most important part is the motivations, give motivations to the to do the services in the better way with comparison with the competitors, and the customer will be more happy. So thank you for the today's sessions, and we can able to discuss regarding this physical evidence in the different forms, how a particular service organizations can show the qualities of the services through physical evidence. So thank you.